Welcome to another episode of Vaseline with Stu. This one's going to be a little different. I'm going through the SK rules and just showing you some of the examples they have going on there, and just showing you through a visual media instead of just having to read it through the rule book. Most of them are pretty short, but just wanted to see how you guys thought about some of these things, whether they're easy to spot, whether on your lunch break and you spot, read a couple of videos, sort of like JD and ID Jester. Nothing special, nothing as detailed as their stuff, but just examples that are given in the book so you don't have to look over them. Some of them are quite lengthy. So enjoy this one. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thumb up, like the video, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. But comment and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks a lot. During the American prep fire phase, 1747 in hex N5 performs a multi-location fire group with the 666 in hex 06 to fire at the German units in P5. The total firepower is 19. 6 firepower for the 666 is doubled for point-blank fire, plus 7 firepower from the unit in N5. The attack occurs on the 16 firepower column on the IFT. The dice roll modifiers include a +3 for the TEM of the building, which is stone, and a +1 for the orchard hindrance, which applies directly along the hex side. Orchards are inherent terrain and hinder fire along the hex side, for a total dice roll modifier of +4. The original dice roll 6 after adding 4 is 10. Cross-referencing 10 on the 16 column yields a normal morale check. Thus, each unit in the hex P5 undergo an NMC. 1467 rolls a 9 and the other rolls a 7. Neither dice roll is modified. The 467 that rolled a 9 is broken with a DM counter placed on him. The 467 that rolls a 7 has a pin counter since it rolled equal to its morale on the morale check. That the highest number that it can roll, if rolled, to try to pass the morale check, pins the unit. Not necessarily equal to its morale. I guess it's morale level at that point. Finally, the American units have a prep fire placed on them. Make sure you do not place the prep fire on top of 9-1 or 747 that remains in N5, as they have yet to fire. Next, the remaining 747 and 9-1 in N5 attack the 467 in P1, which is 5 hexes away, is with 2 firepower. The 7 firepower at long range is 3.5. Uses the 2 firepower column because you round down. And then you add 2 dice roll modifier, +3 for the stone building, -1 for the 9-1 leader. Original dice roll is a snake eyes. The attack does not cower because it was directed by the leader. And the final dice roll is a 4. Cross-referencing the 4 in the 2 column yields a 1 morale check. The 467 makes an original dice roll of 5, modified to a 6 due to the +1 morale check. So a 467 is unaffected. The American units have prep fire counter placed on them. I would just boost the counter from the 747 beneath them and just raise it to the unit on top. The American player then elects to fire the 536 green unit in N4 at 05. Total firepower is 10, and the attack occurs on the 8 firepower column because you round down. Dice roll modifier 0. Orchard is a +1 hindrance, but does not contain a TEM, terrain effects modifier. Original dice roll is a 4, double 2s, so the attack cowers 2 columns since the unit is inexperienced, which would be green and conscript units. And the final dice roll is a 4. Cross-referencing the 4 on the 4 column, 2 shifts to the left of the 8, results in a 1 morale check. The 467 makes an original 12 with a final dice roll of 13. The 467 is casual reduced for rolling the 12 and is replaced with a 247. The 247 is replaced by a 237 house squad as the final dice roll was greater than the morale of the unit plus the unit's ELR. So the unit experiences unit substitution. The 237 is flipped to its broken side and marked with a DM counter. The 536 has a prep fire marker placed on it. Technically, you ELR failure first, so it eliminates the intermediate step of replacing it with a 247. If you're playing face to face, you don't pull the 247 out and then replace with the 237. You either do a mental check of saying, okay, the 467 is reduced to a 44 or ELR'd to a 447, and then you CR the 447 because the ELR is supposed to happen immediately and not after you break a unit or casually reduce. The ELR happens immediately. That way you don't forget it or screw it up later or spill your drink or pick up your dice or whatever. Replace the unit first, then CR it. So that's the prep fire example on page 8 of the SK3 rulebook.